Sometimes we need to identify parts of expressions, especially if we are going to simplify them by combining like terms. So let's take a look at a short algebraic expression, identify the pieces in it, and simplify it by combining like terms. If we have an algebraic expression that looks like 4x plus 3 minus x plus 11, we will start by identifying the terms. So the terms are all the parts of the expression that are separated by addition. Interestingly, we consider subtraction to be addition because we're always going to put the sign with the term. So one simple way you can handle that, if it's a little confusing to think about addition and subtraction as the same thing, we can rewrite this expression as an addition expression. That makes it 4x plus 3, and we have plus negative x, turning that subtraction into addition, and then plus 11. So now we can begin by identifying all of the terms. Well, let's try this one. What are all of the terms we have? Well, we've got 4x, we have 3, and we have negative x because the sign goes with the term and it's being separated by that addition. So this term is negative x, and finally we have a term that is 11. I find it useful to identify the constants next. The constants are terms that constantly have the same value. So what constantly has the same value? Any particular number. What are the numbers in this expression? The numbers by themselves. 3 is a term that is a constant. Its value is constantly 3. We also have 11. Those are the two constants, 3 and 11. Next, let's identify the coefficients. Identifying the coefficients will be important when we simplify this by combining like terms. So the coefficients, that's a fun word. The coefficients here, coefficients are the numerical part of a term with a variable. It is the number that's being multiplied by the variable. We have two terms with a variable in them. We have 4x and we have negative x. The numerical part of 4x, the number being multiplied by x, is 4. So 4 is the coefficient. Negative x, well, it doesn't look like there's a number there, but there is something that's being multiplied by the x. To turn this into a negative x from a plain old positive x, we're multiplying it by negative 1. So the coefficient of negative x is negative 1. So our two coefficients in this original expression are 4 and negative 1. Terrific. Now let's look at the like terms. Like terms are terms that have the same variable parts. So all of the variable pieces in a term must match all the variable pieces in another term. In this example, we have two terms that have an x in them. We have 4x and negative x. So those are like terms. Next, we look for the constants. Constants are also considered like terms. So we have another pair of like terms. We have 3 and 11. We have identified the terms, the constants, the coefficients, and the like terms. To simplify the expression, we are going to combine the like terms. Combining the like terms means adding their coefficients. I have like terms of 4x and negative x. Well, the coefficients are 4 and negative 1. We identified those right here. 4 plus negative 1 is 3. So we use the 3 and we keep the variable. We keep the x. 4 plus negative 1 is 3. Combine 4x and negative x, I have 3x. If we combine 3 and 11, since constants are like terms, 3 plus 11, that's 14. So we write the plus 14. Voila! We have simplified this into 3x plus 14. Sometimes we have an expression where the variable terms are a little more interesting, shall we say. 2x squared plus 3x minus 5 plus 4x plus 2xy. Well, it's a lot of stuff up there, but we handle it exactly the same. Let's just start by identifying the terms. When we identify the terms, the rest of the steps become a little simpler. So the terms here, let's abbreviate with a T, the terms, everything's separated by an addition sign. So I have 2x squared, 3x, negative 5. Remember, this is plus negative 5. That sign goes with the term. So the term is negative 5. The next term is 4x. The next one is 2xy. That's 2 times x times y. That's one of the terms. For the next step, we'll identify the constants. The constants are simply numbers by themselves with no variables attached to them. If I look in this expression, 2x squared plus 3x minus 5 plus 4x plus 2xy, I have a single constant. I have negative 5. Okay, now we move on to the coefficients. The coefficients are the numerical part of a term with a variable. Here, 2x squared, the x squared variable part is being multiplied by 2. That means 2 is the coefficient. In this term, 3x, x is being multiplied by 3. So 3 is the coefficient. Negative 5 is a constant. Constants don't have coefficients. Coefficients only occur in a term with a variable. The next term with a variable is 4x, so the coefficient is 4. And then the last term, 2xy, this variable part, xy, is being multiplied by 2. 2 is the coefficient there. Now that we have identified the terms, the constants, and the coefficients, we will look at the like terms. Like terms are terms that have the same variable part. If we look at our list of terms and we identify the variable parts of these terms, this one has an x squared, this has an x, this one has an x, this has an xy. Which of these terms have the exact same variable parts? Well, there's nothing else with an x squared. I have a 3x and a 4x, so those have the same variable parts. And there's nothing else with an xy. So my like terms are those terms with the x, the 3x and the 4x. I don't have any other like terms. There are no other constants other than negative 5. To simplify this expression now, we combine the like terms. There are two like terms, 3x and 4x. To combine 3x and 4x, we add the 3 and the 4. 3x plus 4x is 7x. Since I can't combine any of these other terms, I'm simply going to list them out. Plus 2x squared minus 5 plus 2xy. Simplifying this expression required us to combine the 3x and the 4x into 7x. There wasn't anything else we could combine. That makes this the simplified version of that expression.